Hey crafters, welcome to another episode of wood burning. On today's agenda, we're going to make a Pirate Charmander to match the Pirate Pikachu and to stick with the theme of the 3 starter types with Pikachu becoming pirates. So I'm going to do Charmander today. I do hope that you guys enjoy, and if you do, please do hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. And also feel free to let me know what other things you'd like to see me make in the comments. It might make it into a future video. Alright, so first things first here, we're going to start with drawing Charmander's base. And I think I want to start the base right about here. And draw kind of like an ovular shape. It's going to be really light, so I don't know how well this is going to show up on your end. The tail would come up about yay. I'm kind of drawing this a little bit darker than I normally would, but I'm not actually sure what this will look like on your end. I'm just going to try to draw a little bit of a flame, but we will definitely be working on that more. His shape is a lot more pointy than Pikachu's. I'm going to draw the arm coming out this way to give it that look. I have done a Charmander before, but not a pirate one. And my original was not anything like this. I have learned so much more since then. And I do want bandana knots to like come out the back. I plan on like having a headband on him. And then I'm going to draw his arm. We'll have his other arm, and I plan on having him holding a sword. And I think I made him a little bit too chubby, so I'll have to adjust that. But I want to draw him with a cutlass. Not quite getting the cutlass part right. I may have to adjust that. I don't like it coming so close to his face, because the cutlass is more of like a broadsword to some extent, but it curves. I don't know if that's coming out the way that I want it to. So I have that, and here's the tail coming out like this. But we do need the other leg. Okay, I think I got it. So it's looking a little bit closer to what I want. And then I just want to draw like a secondary layer because his chest is that yellow color. And again, this is all very rough because I'm planning on correcting a lot of this later. So he's got more of the ovular eyes. And I made that cheek just a hair too pointy, if you couldn't tell. And he'll have the nostrils like this. So it almost looks like Charmander. And I know I messed up on this leg. I'm going to have to adjust that a little bit. More like this. Thicken up the tail just a little bit. I'm going to be adjusting a little bit on my end. But I will catch you guys when it's ready to be fully painted. This is just to give you guys a rough idea of what I'm actually trying to do. Time for the next stage. We got my wood burner hot. And we're going to use the calligraphy point this time. I just want to try it out, see if it actually does finer lines than what we've been doing with the cone point, which it kind of looks like it does. I just want to get like a more defined outline here. I think it's working the way I want it to. I've been calling the cone point the calligraphy point this whole time, but I should have been maybe trying this one out and a little bit more definition. This may allow me, honestly, to not do as much pre-drawing, which does take a lot of time. This took me like 20 minutes, 25 minutes to get this pre-drawn level. It's not the easiest thing in the world, so I think I like it. I just realized with his head, I didn't quite do what I originally wanted, because this was going to be his mouth. It's going to be open. So this was going to be his mouth, but it looks like it's just his chin. I'm going to try to correct what I did, because I'm going to add his jaw. Just need to burn a little bit longer on some sections here. And I will be erasing some of the pencil marks in between cuts, so that way that doesn't distract. So remember, I just need a rough outline. And then after this, we're going to be doing the universal point, which is going to allow us to darken up these lines even further. Because this one it is nice with doing lines, but I'm already noticing the issue is that all it is doing is lines. So that's why it's good for calligraphy, but I might switch back to the cone point endpoints too. You can see smoke coming off of it. Okay, I'm going to cut ahead a little bit to save on some time. Okay, make note that the calligraphy point wasn't really doing what I wanted it to do. So I went ahead and just switched back to the cone point because this is working out much better. Good to try something new, but I do like the cone point a little bit better. You can see the lines are already a little bit more defined. The calligraphy point was just too thin. Good for writing, I would assume. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish this up and you will see shortly how well I did. Alright, and we got our wood burning tool hot again, and it's time for the universal point this time. So this is the second to last stage for us. This is just to darken the lines, and as you can see, I've actually erased a lot of the pencil marks too. So this is all just the wood burning here. And the last line will be here to get this shaded. As you can see, it's gotten much darker. And you can see my original Charmander over there. Definitely an improvement, I would say. And I think Charmander is going to have quite the adventure soon. And he's going to have some friends with him too, with Pikachu as well. And I don't have too much more to go here with this. It's just going to have to... next stage will be shading once I am finished with darkening lines here. And I'm making them darker for Charmander than I would normally do for a lot of things because I think Charmander is a bolder guy. Not guy, but bolder Pokemon. It looks much sharper. But for my other guy, the other Pokemon that I'm making, I don't think I'm going to make it as bold. And we got to make the edge of the bandana. It's going to be darker on the edges, unfortunately, because of that. This is looking really, really good. The lines are going to be a little bit thick this time, but I do like a thicker line in this for this kind of a design, because it's meant to be bold. Bold and brash, essentially. Here we are. And that's like the edge of his hand. So his fingers are like wrapping around this. And I want to make the edge of the bandana just a little bit thicker. And then we just need to do his mouth. And I'm not going to make the mouth as dark, but I do need to distinguish it. I think that's good. I'm going to have to correct some things with the shading tool, but the design for his eyes, like so, pupils anyway, and then we'll go in with the shading, which will be a little bit later for me. Might even do it in the morning, because it is getting later for me. But you will see it all right away. I do need to make the fire a little bit more distinguished here. I'm going to draw a little bit of shading in for the lines and make it a little bit more chaotic. And I think we're going to call this clip here, and we'll catch you guys later. Time for us to do some shading of Charmander. We got the shading points hot here. And we just need to make all the details accurately come through. And I may actually have to need to up the temperature a little bit, or let it warm up a little bit more. But you may even be able to see poofs of smoke coming off. Once everything is fully completed here, he's going to join Pikachu, Captain Pikachu, on his quest for treasure. Which I suppose would just be candy at this point, but I think it's going to be a great Spooktober. That's why I'm doing things like this, because I feel like it'd be pretty entertaining to see. And I'm not really sure what I'm planning on doing for Christmas season. I do have a couple of ideas. I mean, I could make it more Christmas-themed Pokemon, or do other Christmas-themed characters from other shows, or just do Christmas stuff in general. It's tough for me to decide whether or not I want to do original stuff that I came up with, or if I just do more show-related content like this. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. I do have a long backlog of content that I need to make. I really want to up my production to more than just like a couple episodes a week of stuff like this. That would be great, because I have so many ideas. And you can kind of see the shading getting a little bit darker, but you can really see the smoke coming off right there. And it smells really good. Like burnt wood like this really smells good. The wood itself is actually getting really hot. Well, not hot, but warm. So yeah, you can definitely feel the difference if you do this on your own. I just want to make this a little bit darker up here. I don't want to make the sword too dark, but I do want to shade it in because it is metal, so it's going to be shiny, like so. It's more, I find that less is more sometimes. The handle, though, I could make a lot darker. Well, the hand guard, anyway. I do want to shade in some areas to make them appear darker than what the other parts of his body is. I especially need to do the eyes up here. I would say, out of all the starter types, I do lean more towards Bulbasaur, in all honesty. But I do like Charmander. I know that a lot of people's favorites is Charmander, because he is the fire type, and, you know, he does turn into a giant dragon. And I know a lot of people also like Blastoise. Bulbasaurs tend to not be favored by a lot of people, because it is just a sentient plant. I do like Bulbasaur quite a bit, because Bulbasaur is just interesting to me. And a little bit of a pass-through, just darken belly, but not too much. I want to really emphasize the flame here, so we're gonna go all out on the flame, trying to make it look as realistic as possible with fire, which is kind of hard to do with fire, for me anyway, because I haven't really made a lot of practice with fire stuff. I would say, in comparison to this, yeah, this is a huge improvement. Leagues above that. And I am kind of liking the look of this. I do want to darken his eyes just a little bit more, though. You know what? Because he is a pirate, maybe I'm just going to go full bore and make this black. And then I'm probably going to do a little bit of small touch-ups, and I will see when it's finished. I will have to do a sealer on it, but I'm not going to record that because it's just going to be a wood glue sealer. It'll dry like in a couple of days, or a day or so. But you will see the finished product in a couple seconds. Alright, our Charmander is fully finished. Everything's completely dried. And I think this is a really good one. I really do like how this turned out here. And I think this is definitely one of my best designs, I would have to say. And if you compare it to the old one that I did a year or two ago, that is just a complete difference. I think the only thing that was good about this is the fire, the flame I think I had in the old one was okay, but the body design and everything else just did not look good on this. But we have this, so I have made it much better, and it just shows you can get better with time at anything as long as you try hard enough. But I do hope that you guys have enjoyed this one. I had a lot of fun making this, and if you have also enjoyed, make sure you do hit that like and subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. It really does help out with the algorithm. And if you want to try a project like this on your own, it's really easy to get into. I'll link all that in the description below with my Amazon affiliate links. And if you also want to help support me, you can check out my book. I have it on Amazon as well. And I'm also going to set up a playlist for just Spooktober stuff, I think, because I think that would be a pretty fun idea. But as always, I do appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.